word you speak is a seed. What you plant, you will harvest. Think about that for a second. How many times have you told yourself, I can't do this? I'm not good enough. Success isn't for people like me. You might think those words don't matter, but let me tell you something. They do. Your words are not just sounds, they are blueprints. They create the reality you live in. Most people don't realize they are destroying their own future with the words they use every single day. They say they want success, but their speech is filled with doubt, fear, and limitation. They claim they want to be happy, yet they speak nothing but frustration and negativity. And then they wonder why life feels so heavy, why nothing seems to change. Let me ask you, how many dreams have you killed with your own words before they even had a chance to live? Your mind is always listening, always absorbing, always shaping itself based on the words you repeat. If you constantly tell yourself you're failing, guess what? Your brain will work to prove you right. If you speak words of strength, determination, and victory, you begin to shift your direction. Your words are the bricks that build your future. So what kind of foundation are you laying? One built on fear and self-doubt, or one built on confidence and faith? From this moment forward, what you say you're thinking. If you're thinking what you built on confidence and faith, from this moment forward, what you say, speak life into your future, speak possibilities, speak strength, because your life will always move in the direction of your words. It starts small, a thought, a whisper in your mind. I can't do this. I'm not smart enough. People like me don't succeed. You don't even realize it, but over time, those words become habits. And habits shape reality. Negative self-talk isn't just a bad thought here and there. It's a script you replay so many times that it becomes your identity. And when you believe something about yourself, you start to act in ways that make it true. If you constantly tell yourself you're not good enough, don't be surprised when the world agrees. You hold back in conversations. You don't take chances. You settle for less than you deserve. And every time you do, that voice in your head says, see, I was right. It's a cycle. Fear leads to hesitation. Hesitation leads to mischance. Mischances lead to regret. And regret feeds more negativity. But let me ask you, would you ever let someone else talk to you the way you talk to yourself? Would you sit there and allow a stranger to call you a failure, to tell you're worthless, to strip away your dreams before they even begin? No. So why do you allow it from your own mind? It's time to change the script. The words you tell yourself should push you forward, not hold you back. Speak to yourself with the same respect, belief, and encouragement you give someone you love, because the world won't believe in you until you do. Your mind is a garden. Feed it weeds, and they'll take over. Nurture it, and it flourishes. Every thought you think, every word you speak creates a pattern in your brain. These patterns are neural pathways dictate how you see yourself, how you react to challenges, and how you move through life. The more you repeat something, the stronger that pathway becomes. This is why negative self-talk is so dangerous. It carves deep paths of doubt, fear, and limitation into your brain. But here's the good news. Just like bad habits can be built, they can also be broken. Science proves that positive words and affirmations have the power to rewire your brain for success. When you consistently speak encouragement, confidence, and belief into yourself, you create new pathways. Ones that make success feel natural instead of impossible. Think about athletes who visualize their victories before they even step onto the field. Studies show that their brains light up as if they're actually winning in real life. Why? Because the mind doesn't distinguish between imagination and reality. It responds to repetition. If you tell yourself you're capable, strong, and ready, your brain will start to believe it, and then your actions will follow. If your brain listens to everything you say, shouldn't you be more careful about what you tell it? From this moment on, be intentional with your words. You're not just speaking, you're programming your future. You don't have to be a prisoner of your past words. You can rewrite your future. Starting now, it begins with a simple but powerful shift. Stop letting your words work against you. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, I am learning how to do this. Instead of, I always fail, say, every setback is a lesson that makes me stronger. This isn't about lying to yourself. It's about choosing words that push you forward instead of holding you back. Now, practice is everything. Every day, take a moment to listen to yourself. When you catch a negative thought, stop it in its tracks. Flip it. Reframe it. Write down 3 positive statements every morning that reflect who you want to become. Say them out loud. Feel them. Let them take root. Because what you speak, you start to believe. And what you believe, you act on. So here's your challenge. From this moment forward, commit to speaking only words of growth and power. No more tearing yourself down. No more feeding doubt. Speak growth. Speak power. Speak success. Because when your words change, your life will too. Who's really running your life, you or your excuses? Too many people walk through life convinced that they have no control. They blame their circumstances, their past, their parents, their boss, the economy, anything but themselves. They believe life is just happening to them, that they are powerless to change it. But here's the truth. Living without control is like sailing without a rudder. You drift wherever the current takes you. You react instead of act. You watch instead of lead. You survive instead of thrive. And before you know it, years go by and you're stuck in the same place, wondering why nothing ever changes. The cost of this mindset is massive. When you live in blame, you give away your power. You stay trapped in the same struggles because you refuse to take responsibility for where you are and where you are going. If you let life push you around, it will. If you let excuses make your choices, they will. The moment you refuse to take control, life will control you instead. But it doesn't have to be that way. You are not powerless. You are not stuck. You are not at the mercy of your past, your circumstances, or anyone else's decisions. The minute you decide to own your life, everything changes. No more waiting, no more blaming, no more excuses. From this point forward, take control, because if you don't, something or someone else will. What if every setback in your life was actually a setup for growth, if only you took control? This is the turning point. The difference between people who rise and people who stay stuck is simple: ownership. Successful people don't waste time blaming others. They don't wait for the perfect conditions. They don't say it's not my fault. They say it's my responsibility. The truth is, you cannot change what you refuse to own. If you're always pointing fingers at the past, at your parents, at society, or at luck, you are giving away the only power you have: your ability to choose what happens next. So how do you stop blaming? It starts with one simple shift. Stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what can I do about this? The first question keeps you trapped. The second one sets you free. If life is a car, excuses are the broken brakes. Every time you use them, you stop moving forward. But when you take full control, you get to steer. You get to choose the direction. And that's the moment everything changes. Decide today that you're done blaming, that you're done waiting, that you're done making excuses. Start owning your future, because no one else is going to do it for you. Your thoughts are the GPS of your life. Where are you programming yourself to go? Everything starts in the mind. Your actions, your choices, your habits, every single thing that shapes your life begins with a thought. If you want to change where you're going, you have to start with the direction you're setting in your mind. But here's the problem. Most people don't even realize how much control they've given away. They let fear, doubt, and negativity take over their thoughts, and before they know it, they're living a life designed by worry instead of by purpose. Negative thinking is a thief. It steals confidence. It steals action. It steals opportunity. If you believe you can't, you won't. If you expect failure, you'll find it. But if you expect success, if you train your mind to look for possibilities instead of problems, you'll start creating the life you actually want. So how do you take control? You train your mind like a muscle. When a negative thought creeps in, replace it. Speak words of power, write them down. Say them daily. I am in control of my mind. I am in control of my thoughts. I am in control of my future. If your thoughts were a movie script, would you want to live in that story? If not, rewrite it right now. Because when you master your mind, you master your life. If you don't make a decision, someone else will make it for you, and you might not like the result. Every single outcome in your life is built on decisions. Success isn't one giant leap. Failure isn't one tragic fall. Both are created one choice at a time. The food you eat, the words you speak, the habits you build, all of it adds up. And the truth is, where you are today is the result of the choices you've made up to this point. But here's the good news. If you don't like where you are, you can change it right now. Not next year, not when you feel ready, today. The most powerful people in the world aren't the smartest, the strongest, or the luckiest. They are the ones who make decisions and stand by them. They don't wait for the perfect time. They don't wait for permission. They choose, and then they act. So, here's your moment. Right now, decide, will you control your life, or will life control you? Because every time you delay a decision, you give away control. And every time you step up and choose, you take it back. Would you expect muscles to grow without resistance? Then why do you expect strength without struggle? Most people believe that struggles are nothing more than obstacles. Something to avoid, complain about, or escape from. But that thinking is wrong. Hardships are not roadblocks, they are training grounds. They are the pressure and fire that forge strength, resilience, and wisdom. Think about it. A diamond only becomes valuable through pressure and heat. Without it, it's just another rock. And just like that diamond, you are being shaped by the struggles you face. Every challenge, every setback, every painful moment, it's not breaking you. It's building you. But here's the difference between people who rise and people who stay stuck. One person asks, why is this happening to me? The other asks, what is this teaching me? The first mindset leads to frustration, the second leads to growth. Every successful person has a story of struggle. Every champion has faced setbacks. Every leader has been tested. But they didn't let those struggles define them, they let them refine them. So whatever hardship you're facing right now, don't run from it. Don't see it as an enemy, see it as the lesson. See it as preparation. Your struggles are not here to destroy you, they are here to make you unstoppable. If pain builds strength, why are you running from it? Struggles do more than test you, they expose you. They show you who you really are. When everything is easy, anyone can stay confident. But when life hits hard, that's when you see your true limits, your true weaknesses. And if you push through, your true strength. Hardship is a crossroads. You either break under pressure or you rise above it. Some people let pain defeat them. They complain, they quit, they give up on themselves before they ever reach their full potential. But others, they take that pain and turn it into fuel. They push through. They use every struggle as a lesson, every setback as a stepping stone, adversity as the forge. Weak minds shatter, strong minds are shaped into steel. Every challenge you face is molding you, refining you, preparing you. You don't grow by avoiding pain, you grow by facing it, by standing in it, and by refusing to let it break you. So ask yourself, are you letting your struggles define you, or are you using them to refine you? Because at the breaking point, you have a choice. Fall apart or rise stronger. And that choice will shape the rest of your life. Struggles are not stop signs, they are stepping stones. The way you see your struggles determines everything. If you believe hardship is a punishment, you will fear it, avoid it, and let it break you. But if you understand that struggle is preparation, you will push through it, learn from it, and come out stronger. Every challenge you face is training for the success ahead. Think about it. Great leaders, athletes, and innovators didn't get where they are by avoiding difficulties. They faced them, endured them, and grew because of them. Struggles sharpen your skills, they build your resilience, they prepare you for the opportunities that will come your way. Life doesn't throw obstacles in your path to stop you, it throws them to see if you're strong enough to climb. The bigger the challenge, the greater the growth. If everything were easy, you'd never develop the strength needed to handle real success. So here's the question, what if your hardest moments were actually setting you up for your biggest victories? What if every setback was shaping you for something greater? You don't have to fear struggles. You don't have to see them as the enemy. Instead, embrace them as proof that you are being prepared for more. Because the only thing standing between you and your next breakthrough is your mindset. Pain is inevitable, growth is optional. Everyone faces struggles, everyone experiences setbacks. But the real question is, what are you going to do with them? Will you let them break you, or will you use them to build something greater? Step one, accept the struggle. Stop running from it, stop pretending it shouldn't be happening. Pain is part of the process. It's shaping you, molding you, preparing you. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you can move forward. Step two, extract the lesson. Every hardship carries a message. What is this moment trying to teach you? Is it pushing you to be more disciplined, more patient, more relentless? Take what you've learned and let it drive you forward. Let every setback strengthen you. Let every challenge sharpen you. Instead of letting pain hold you back, use it to push yourself further than ever before. I am stronger than my struggles. I am stronger than my fears. I am stronger than my past. Now ask yourself, what will you do with your struggles? Let them define you or let them elevate you? If you continue to believe that success is scarce, you will consistently reject opportunities that lead to happiness. Too many people walk through life convinced that there isn't enough to go around. Not enough money, not enough success, not enough happiness. They see life as a competition, where one person's victory means another's loss. And because of this, they hesitate, they doubt, and they settle for less than they deserve. But let me tell you the truth. Success is not reserved for a chosen few. It's not locked behind a door that only the lucky ones get to open. It's available to anyone willing to break free from the lie that says, I can't have more. The myths are everywhere. You have to be born into wealth to be rich. Only the smartest people achieve great things. Success is about luck, not effort. These lies keep people stuck. They make them believe that their future is already written, when in reality they are the authors of their own story. Think of your mindset as a glass ceiling. Only you have the power to shatter it. Every time you challenge a limiting belief, every time you take action despite fear, you put a crack in that ceiling. And the moment you stop accepting the idea that success is out of reach, it shatters completely. Break the myth, break the barrier, break free. Your success is not dependent on what you were given, it's dependent on what you believe is possible. Change your belief and you change your future. Why should anyone else decide your worth when you hold the key to your destiny? Too many people wait for permission to believe in themselves. They look for approval. They seek validation. They wait for someone to tell them they're good enough, smart enough, worthy enough. But let me tell you something, you were born enough. Your worth is not up for debate. Success is not something given to a chosen few. It is not a privilege reserved for others while you watch from the sidelines. Success is your birthright. But to claim it, you must first recognize your own value. Somewhere along the way, you may have been told that you don't deserve more, that you're not capable, that you should settle. And maybe without realizing it, you started believing those lies, but today that stops. Today you rewrite the story, like a tree that stands tall without apology. Your worth is non-negotiable. You don't need to prove it. You don't need to beg for it. You just need to own it. So what's next? It's time to act like the person who knows their worth, to walk, speak, and think like someone who belongs in the room. Because the moment you believe in yourself, the world will follow. Own your value and step into the success that is rightfully yours. What would change if every morning you declared your inherent greatness? Most people don't realize that the way they speak to themselves shapes their entire reality. If you repeat doubt, you live in fear. If you repeat strength, you live with power. Your words are not just sounds, they are instructions to your mind, and your mind listens. Imagine your mind as fertile soil, ready to bloom when nourished with positive words. What you plant will grow. If you plant thoughts of failure, insecurity, and fear, you will harvest hesitation and struggle. But if you plant thoughts of confidence, success, and abundance, you will harvest a future that reflects those very beliefs. So how do you rewrite your self-belief? Through affirmations, deliberate, powerful statements that reprogram your mind for success. Simple phrases like, I am worthy, I am enough, I deserve success and happiness. Say them every morning. Say them when you feel doubt creeping in. Say them even when you don't believe them yet. Because belief follows repetition. You have spent years feeding your mind self-doubt. Now it's time to feed it strength. Speak it, repeat it, live it. Because the way you talk to yourself will determine the life you build. Why settle for less when you are built for greatness? Self-doubt is the silent thief of dreams. It whispers that you're not ready, not capable, not worthy, and if you listen, it will keep you small. But here's the truth, self-doubt is a lie. It has no power unless you give it power. It's time to break free. Every time doubt creeps in, replace it with action. Speak your worth, move with confidence, stand tall even when fear tries to pull you down. Because confidence isn't something you wait for, it's something you claim. Self-doubt is a shadow that disappears when you stand in the light of your true worth. You are not put on this earth to shrink, to second guess, or to watch from the sidelines. Step forward, claim your power, and never look back. Your future belongs to the bold, and that starts right now. This is it. No more waiting, no more doubting, no more settling. Declare it now. Success and happiness are your birthright. Own it, live it, walk with confidence, speak with power, and act with purpose. The future belongs to those who claim it, and today, you claim yours. If you keep waiting for the perfect conditions, how long will you wait? One of the biggest lies people tell themselves is, I'm not ready yet. They convince themselves they need more experience, more knowledge, more money, more confidence, more of something before they can begin. But let me tell you the truth. Success does not wait for you to feel ready. It begins the moment you decide to move forward. Think about it. When has life ever given you the perfect conditions? A plane doesn't take off only when the skies are clear. It pushes through turbulence to reach its destination. The same applies to your goals. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, you will wait forever. The reality is readiness is a myth. Every successful person you admire started before they felt ready. They took the leap, figured things out along the way, and grew into the person they needed to become. They didn't wait for confidence, they built it through action. So how do you shift your mindset? Stop thinking you need more. You already have everything you need to take the next step. It won't be perfect, but perfection isn't the goal. Progress is. The time to start is now, not tomorrow, not someday, now, because the only thing standing between you and your future is the excuse that you're not ready. And today, that excuse loses its power. What if everything you need has been with you all along? Too many people believe that success belongs to those with more money, more education, more connections. They think they're missing something, so they wait, convinced they need better tools before they can begin. But the truth is, success isn't about what you have, it's about how you use it. A chef doesn't wait for the perfect ingredients to cook. They make a masterpiece with what they have. The same applies to life. The people who rise are not the ones who start with the most. They are the ones who refuse to let limitations stop them. They take what they have, no matter how little, and turn it into something great. How do you develop this mindset? Start by asking a different question. Instead of saying, I don't have enough, ask, what can I create with what I have? Shift your thinking from lack to possibility. Train yourself to see solutions where others see obstacles. Some of the most successful people in history started with nothing. They didn't wait, they didn't make excuses, they worked with what they had, and in doing so, they created more. You don't need more, you need to start. You don't need more, you need to use what you already have, because resourcefulness, not resources, is what builds success. What if the only thing stopping you is the belief that something is missing? Too many people spend their lives searching outside themselves for the key to success. They think they need the right circumstances, the right connections, or the perfect opportunity before they can take action. But here's the truth. Success doesn't come from something external. It comes from within. Where you're looking is where you're heading. If you keep searching outside for answers, you'll always feel like you're missing something. You'll always believe you need more before you can begin. But the moment you shift your focus inward on your mindset, your decisions, and your actions, you take your power back. Confidence isn't found, it's built. Success isn't given, it's created. The most successful people didn't wait for the perfect conditions, they made them. They decided they were ready, they took action, and they figured it out along the way. So how do you start? First, stop waiting. Make a decision today, one small step toward your goal. Second, trust your ability to grow. You don't need all the answers right now, you need movement. And third, remind yourself daily, I have everything I need to succeed. Your mind is the compass of your life. Set it towards success and you'll find a way. Stop looking outside for what you already have inside. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. The sooner you start, the faster you grow. Overthinking is the silent killer of success. You analyze, you hesitate, and before you know it, you're stuck. You convince yourself that you need more time, more planning, more confidence. But here's the truth. Confidence doesn't come before action. It comes because of action. The first step is the hardest, but once you take it, momentum takes over. Small wins build confidence. A single action leads to another, then another, and soon enough, you're moving forward faster than you ever imagined. The most successful people in the world didn't start with all the answers. They started with action. They took a step, figured it out as they went, and allowed progress to create its own energy. So what's your first step? Is it making the call, writing the plan, taking the risk, whatever it is? Do it now. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, now. The first step leads to the next, the first step leads to the next. Take the first step now, because that's how success begins. The moment you settle, you tell the world, this is all I'm worth. Settling isn't just about missing out on opportunities, it's about slowly giving away your power. Every time you accept less than you deserve, you send a message to yourself and to life that you're willing to stay stuck. And the truth is, the longer you stay in that place, the harder it becomes to break free. Why do people settle? Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear that if they reach for more, they might lose what little they already have, and so they shrink. They choose comfort over growth, convenience over challenge, and then they wonder why they feel trapped. But here's the wake-up call. Settling isn't safe, it's dangerous. It robs you of your dreams, your drive, and your potential. The worst part, most people don't even realize they're doing it. They tell themselves they're being practical, that they're making the smart choice. But in reality, they're locking themselves in a cage with the door wide open. So let me ask you, where in your life have you been settling? In your career? Your relationships? Your goals? If you don't demand more from yourself, why should life give you more? You are allowed to chase bigger dreams, build a better life, and refuse to accept anything that doesn't match your worth. Settling is a choice. So is rising. Your comfort zone is a slow poison. It doesn't kill you instantly, but it destroys your potential over time. People think comfort zones are safe. They believe that by staying where things feel familiar, they are protecting themselves from risk. But let me tell you something. Comfort zones don't protect you. They trap you. They keep you stagnant while the world moves forward. And the longer you stay, the harder it is to escape. Why do people stay stuck? Because discomfort is scary. Growth demands effort, and deep down many fear failure more than they desire success. So they settle. They convince themselves that good enough is enough, but deep down they know the truth. They were meant for more. Let me be clear. You are either growing or shrinking. There is no middle ground. If you are not pushing your limits, you are slowly fading into mediocrity, and that should terrify you more than failure ever could. So how do you escape? You take action before you're ready, before you feel confident, before fear talks you out of it. You lean into the discomfort. You do the thing that scares you. Because on the other side of fear is freedom. If you know deep down that you're meant for more, why are you still playing small? The choice is yours. Break the cycle or let it break you. Your life is a reflection of what you tolerate. If you allow mediocrity, you will live a mediocre life. If you demand excellence, you will rise to meet that standard. It's that simple. Too many people accept less than they deserve. They settle in their jobs, relationships, and personal goals, convincing themselves that good enough is enough. But let me tell you something. Good enough is not good enough. Not for you, not for your potential, not for the life you were meant to live. A lion does not chase after mice. It goes after the hunt that matches its strength. And you were not made for small dreams or limited opportunities. You were made for more. But you must demand more. You must raise the bar. You must stop shrinking yourself to fit a life that was never meant for you in the first place. How do you do that? Start with your standards. Set boundaries. Expect more from yourself. Speak like a person who deserves success. Act like a person who refuses to settle. And most importantly, never again let fear, doubt, or convenience make your decisions for you. I refuse to settle. I refuse to shrink. I refuse to accept less than I am capable of. Say it. Believe it. Live by it. Decide right now. No more settling. No more playing small. No more excuses. Growth is never found in comfort. It is found in the struggle, in the uncertainty, in the moments when you want to quit but choose to keep going. Success does not come from playing it safe. It comes from pushing yourself beyond the limits you once believed were unbreakable. Most people wait for the right time to challenge themselves, not realizing that growth isn't an event, it's a choice. One that must be made every single day. That means waking up and asking yourself, what can I do today that challenges me? What fear can I face? What step can I take that I've been avoiding? You don't need more time. You don't need more motivation. You need to stop choosing comfort over progress. Because every time you choose growth over ease, you move closer to the life you deserve. If you refuse to settle for the rest of your life, how much could you achieve? If you push past fear, past doubt, past hesitation, what could be possible? Refuse to settle, refuse to shrink, and watch your life transform. Success isn't for the smartest. It isn't for the luckiest. It's for the ones who refuse to quit. The world is filled with talented people who gave up too soon, and ordinary people who refuse to stop. That's the difference. That's the truth. You don't need more talent. You don't need more advantages. You need the will to keep going when most people would walk away. Because success isn't about intelligence, it's about endurance. Look at every great success story. It wasn't perfection that made them legends. It was resilience. It was the ability to keep moving when every door seemed shut. But here's the hard question. How many times have you stopped just before your breakthrough? How many times have you been inches away from success, but let doubt, fear, or frustration pull you back? Success is like mining for gold. Most people stop digging right before they hit the treasure. They walk away thinking it's impossible. But the ones who strike gold, they're the ones who keep swinging that pickaxe even when nothing is shining yet. You don't stop when you're tired, you stop when you're done. If the door won't open, you knock again. If that doesn't work, you break it down. And if that still doesn't work, you find another way in. Decide today, no more stopping, no more quitting. If you refuse to quit, success has no choice but to be yours. The biggest lie we tell ourselves is that something is too hard, that it's beyond us, that it's not meant for us. But here's the truth. Most people don't fail because they can't do it. They fail because they convince themselves it's too difficult before they even try. They stop at the first sign of struggle and turn back, never realizing that success was just past that breaking point. Resistance is always there. It shows up when you try to break old habits. It creeps in when you start chasing a bigger dream. It whispers doubts, fills you with fear, and makes every step forward feel impossible. But let me tell you something. Resistance is a sign that you're on the right path. It means you're stretching. It means you're growing. Think of resistance like a storm. It only feels impossible when you're in the middle of it. But if you push through, if you refuse to stop, you'll find calm on the other side. Every challenge, every obstacle, every moment of doubt is a test of how badly you want it, a test of whether you're willing to go through what most people won't to get what most people never will. So stop letting struggle be your excuse, let it be your fuel. When resistance pushes against you, push back harder. When it tells you to quit, prove it wrong. Because the harder the challenge, the greater the reward. What separates a champion from everyone else? It's not talent, it's not luck, it's not even skill. It's the ability to keep going when every part of them wants to stop. Champions don't quit when they're tired. They don't slow down when things get hard. They push through because they know one thing: the job isn't done until they win. Every time you want to quit, your mind is testing you. It's asking, how bad do you really want this? And most people fail that test. They give up at the first sign of struggle. They fold under pressure. But champions, they train their minds to override that instinct. They don't let emotions decide their future. They let action do the talking. You have to build a no-quit switch. When things get tough, don't retreat. Dig in. When failure knocks you down, don't stay there. Rise up stronger. The only thing that can truly stop you is the belief that you can't keep going. But you can. You must. Think of a lion. It doesn't stop hunting just because the prey runs. It keeps chasing until it gets what it came for. That's the mindset you need. Relentless, focused, unstoppable. So I ask you, what if the only thing standing between you and success is your ability to keep moving forward, keep going, keep pushing, keep fighting? Because champions don't quit, they win. This is it. The moment where you decide who you really are. Will you be the person who gives up when things get tough, or will you be the one who refuses to back down no matter what stands in your way? This is not just about motivation. This is about making a declaration, a personal war against mediocrity. No more half-hearted efforts. No more walking away when things get uncomfortable. From this moment forward, quitting is no longer an option. Success is not a quick sprint. It's a marathon. It's built in the hours no one sees, in the sacrifices no one thanks you for, in the battles you fight when no one is watching. And if you stay in the game long enough, if you push when everyone else stops, you will win. Every time you refuse to quit, you make it impossible for failure to win. So declare it now. Say it out loud. I will not stop until I win. Let that be your battle cry. Let that be your new standard. Because you are a warrior in the battlefield of life. And warriors don't retreat. They conquer. Success isn't an accident. It's not something that just happens to certain people while others are left behind. It's not about luck, talent, or even hard work alone. It all starts with a single decision. One clear, unwavering commitment that says, I will not accept anything less than the life I deserve. Look around at the most successful people in the world. They didn't wait for the perfect time. They didn't wait for approval. They made a choice, one defining moment where they stopped making excuses and started taking action. That moment changed everything. Your life right now is a reflection of the choices you've made up to this point. If you want different results, you need to make different choices. Every time you hesitate, every time you delay, you push success further away. But the moment you decide, really decide to go all in, everything shifts. The difference between winning and losing isn't intelligence, it's not connections. It's the ability to make a decision and commit to it, no matter what obstacles come your way. So let me ask you, what if today was the day you finally stopped waiting? What if today was the day you decided to stop doubting yourself and start moving forward? Because here's the truth. Every great success story begins with a single, unshakable decision to win. And now it's your turn. No more hesitation, no more excuses. The time to decide is now. Success isn't about one big moment. It's not about a lucky break or a sudden opportunity. It's about what you do every single day. It's about the small, consistent actions that add up over time. The truth is, success is a habit. Look at the people who win in life. They aren't always the smartest. They aren't always the most talented, but they do one thing better than most. They show up every day and put in the work. Most people fail because they focus too much on the big picture. They dream about success, but ignore the small, daily steps that make it real. They want results overnight, but they don't build the habits that lead to those results. If you want to change your life, start by changing your routine. Create a system that sets you up for success. Wake up with purpose. Plan your day with intention. Take one step, no matter how small, every day that moves you closer to your goal. Because success isn't a lightning strike, it's a fire that you build and fuel every day. So ask yourself, are you reinforcing the habits of a winner or the habits of someone who settles? Because in the end, you don't become successful by chance. You become successful by choice. By choosing to win today, win tomorrow, and win every single day. Success isn't just about hard work. It's about winning the battle inside your mind. Every day there's a war between comfort and growth. A battle between fear and faith. And the truth is, most people lose not because they aren't capable, but because they let doubt make their decisions. Fear is a liar. It tells you that you're not ready, that you're not good enough, that you might fail. But let me tell you something. Fear is only as strong as you allow it to be. It has no power unless you believe it. Doubt will keep you standing still. Fear will keep you running in circles. And hesitation, that will rob you of every opportunity you've ever wanted. The only way to win this battle is to take control of your mind. You must train yourself to replace fear with action. When doubt whispers, you move forward anyway. When fear tries to slow you down, you push through it. Your mind is the battlefield. If you don't fight for your success, your doubts will win the war. So ask yourself, are you going to let fear run your life, or are you going to step into your power? Because every time you choose faith over fear, you take back control. You have two choices, fear or faith. Choose faith and move forward. No more waiting, no more doubting, no more playing small. Your time is now. Every day you hesitate, you delay the life that belongs to you. Every excuse, every fear, every ounce of self-doubt, it stops today. Winning isn't an accident, it's a choice. And you must choose it every single day. You must own your power, take control of your future, and commit to the path that leads to greatness. No one is coming to hand it to you. You must take it from this moment forward. You don't wait for permission. You don't wait for the perfect time. You step up, you take action, and you decide, I will win because I refuse to quit. Say it with me. Today, I choose to win. Today, I choose to rise. Today, I choose to step into my power. This is your starting line, and today you sprint forward, no looking back. No more waiting, no more doubting. Say it loud. Today, I choose to win. This section is complete.